Howdy folks, Kirk and Jason Giordano here to show you how we tie these windows together. We're in Alameda. We're doing a project for Larry Beelman Construction. I'll give you his number because I'm going to show you a window of how they broke it out and installed it for us. And this is the ideal way for anybody to put a window in for a guy like me to come and repair it. Larry lives in Alameda. His telephone number is area code 510-697-0540. Beelman Construction. He and his son do a lot of work. He used to do a lot of second story additions, but now with the crappy economy they're doing a lot of work with homeowners associations, and they do quite a bit. I've been on this one building here for about 6 years. Every time a tenant moves out, we come in, and Larry comes in actually before us and remodels it and does new windows. So we've been here, we've done about 20 windows on this particular building. We just never videoed any. So we're going to take you uptown here, up the scaffold, and I'll show you a perfect way of how somebody will install a brand new window. These guys are top of the line, and if you do your window tie-ins like this, it makes it easy for guys like me. Alright guys, now we're up here. I'm going to show you Larry's work. What he did is he broke it out. Him and his son do all their own work. He broke it out real nice. Whatever hammer chisel he used was working because there's not very many rips in the paper here. He put his Forta Flash paper here, he set his window on, and he broke out real nice. Real nice break in here. The wire, actually, we're going to use the same wire. I don't even need new wire. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to counter his flashing, although he has his Forta Flash in here. I don't really need to, but I always like to make certain. And what I'm going to do now is I'm sliding this flashing in here. I'm sliding it in, and I fish it back and forth until it hits a nail or some type of obstacle. I tap it in here, then I'm going to do one more, and I just keep doing this all the way up, including the top. I go here, I go back and forth. When it hits an obstacle or a nail, I stop. Okay, now I get my joint here. I use my finger first. I put my finger here, making a crease. Then I put the knife right here. And of course, I'm using a new blade. I always put a new blade for each job. Now I'm going to fasten this back down right here and put some more staples in it. Then finally, at the end, I'm going to staple this down. We're going to do the same thing. When I come to the bottom here, I don't need another paper, but for the sake of showing you, I always tend to put another one. I'm going to put another one under this and over down here, and then I'm going to caulk this down here. I'm going to caulk all the edges also. When I get to that top piece, that electrical pipe actually is kind of in my way a little bit, but we can work it. Anyhow, I'll show you when we start to staple off too. Okay guys, what I've done now is I've papered everything on the bottom and the sides. I've papered most of this top. I'm saving just a little bit of paper to show you guys how to do it. Okay, taking my knife, laying it flat on here, going straight down to get a nice clean cut. And what I'll do now is cut that guy in half, and I'm going to slide this under the paper here and go back and forth until it hits a nail. It'll hit a furry nail up there somewhere. Okay. Now that's about as far as it's going to go. It's about as far as Larry got. And then I cut that excess off. Now notice, there were a couple blocks on the plank when I got here, and I kicked them off this morning thinking, man, those are in my way. Now I know why the wood blocks were here, to hold this electrical pipe up and here so we can work with that. Now, what I'm going to do is staple all this off, and a fella just said, hey, can't you take the furry nails like this, use your hammer and tap them in? And I said, yes, you can do that, but it's time consuming. I mean, say for example, I put a furry nail here and I tap it in with the hammer. I can do this, but for me, because I own a gun and I got the compressors and all that stuff, it's a lot faster just to take your gun, and if you're going to use a gun, put some glasses on. I hit a Simpson strong tie one time, the staple bounced off, hit me in the cheek, just missed my eyes. I thought I got shot. I had a hole in my face, so always wear glasses. Anyhow, see how fast that is now. And the wire is self-furred, meaning it's self-furred wire. You don't need furring nails, but of course the people who used the furring nails the first time probably didn't have a gun, I don't know. But it doesn't make a lot of sense to use furring nails unless you don't own a gun, a compressor, and hoses. Total cost you about 400 bucks. I see a lot of people use furring nails, and that's why they still sell them, because it costs about 500 bucks to get it set up, even with the self-furred wire. The next thing I'm going to do after I put this back together is caulk it. Now, just for the sake of finishing this video, I'll tell you what we'll do here. I'm going to finish stapling off this right here, staple off the top. And then, see this seal right here, right where the window meets here. I'm going to use this whole tube, and I'm going to fuse that paper to the metal frame or to this plastic frame. Not sure what kind of windows these are, but we fuse it to here. We all the way around the edges, and that, folks, is how you properly tie in a window. Anyhow, my name is Kirk. I'm with Giordano Plastering. Thank you folks for watching, and as usual, I'll see you guys on the next one.